It seems as though we could go a long way then by teaching them at least two things. I want to see what you think about these two things. One would be, don't keep accounts. And by that I mean, do not be preoccupied by what or how much you do for others, or what or how much they do for you. Instead, if we could teach our children to observe quietly around them and see what needs to be done and do it quietly, just because it needs doing for no other reason.
Right.
Okay. And
yeah, I term it differently to say I have seen many parents, they overproof themselves. I'm a good father, I'm a good mother. They something like that. They for a small toy, the public toy, they knock on a door, they will fly to foreign country to buy one for your kids, express their function. Do you think that's helpful?
sounds like overindulgence.
It's overproof, say, I'm good father to you, good mother to you, that's worthless. Real value, don't overproof it. Even the son and the daughter, you respect the parents to receive what good thing to help my life, help my growth. The same thing as you say. I just take your words, emphasize it. Thank you.
That. Yes. Well, the second thing I was thinking of was to teach our children keeping their life orderly, just like the universe. Can you comment on that as a second lesson?
Orderly. Young people don't know what means orderly means. Sometimes they get up early, or some get up very late. They stay very late. Mostly affected by the playmates or the friends. I think when they made a mistake, the correction is hardly to giving or received. In generally, you need to form them, go to bed early and get up early. What need to be done should be done as a responsible, dutiful life. Should be cultured, nurtured in general circumstance. When trouble comes, the little difficulty make them understand what you are right.
Yes, I agree. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's very difficult for most people to maintain an appropriate amount of involvement in worldly obligations, like jobs and family and so forth, and at the same time protect their own personal energy from erosion due to the general negativity that's around all of us. How do we keep alive our willingness to work and to serve in the world, and also maintain consistently cheerful and helpful attitudes?
If I understand correctly, the word involvement, some are positive, some are negative, some are ineffective, should reduce the involvement. Because something you don't know, say, I'm going to help the society, help join the activity, you still don't see what this trend move towards to, maybe troublesome, maybe have a long bad effect. Usually, you know about, would rather cut back the social involvement. At least to be balanced, you have more time for your own development, for your own cultivation, and the necessary duty should be taken care. So generally speaking, for today's social trend, unless you truly know, is a good thing. Otherwise, just cut off.
Cut off social involvement.
Yeah, the social involved means there's lots of things can describe that social involvement. I'm not sure what you define social involvement as you see.
maybe partying with friends and going out often and many social events.
If you have energy, you do it. If you don't have energy, you don't do it. That's all.
Well, it sounds to me like you're saying, too, balance, once again.
Yeah, I talk about the social involvement means the movement, or the culture-wise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, on a bigger scale.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
There's a tendency, I think, we have to fill every moment of time with so-called productive activity, as if we fear that if we're not busy and active all the time, we're just nothing, we're nobody. All around us in our society, we hear the constant cry, be somebody, get a life. That's a very popular expression, especially in this country these days. Is having the experience of the subtle reality of ourselves, having the experience that we're not our body, is that the only way to break ourselves away from the fear that we're nobody? Is that the only way we can realize that?
No, you don't need to live up to the expectation of comment of somebody else. Somebody really don't understand you too much. If there is no understanding, how can you establish the value of their comment?
So the first thing is not to listen to the comments.
No, there's no value.
Okay.
The people say something, express something, pleasing to the level what they are.
I see.
It's not your level. It's their lack of the power of understanding, or seeing things, or the perception bad.
I see.
Yeah. Not pleasing you, pleasing the individual self who makes such a comment.
From their own perception.
Yeah. So people say you are nobody. Be happy. I'm nobody.
Yeah.
I don't have any trouble with you. That's all. You don't need to buy that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
If we see that we need to change focus from a total identification with ourselves as only a body to an understanding that we're integral beings, spiritual beings, inhabiting a body for the purpose maybe of purification, how can we prepare ourselves?
That we talk about spiritual cultivation, gather our spiritual essence from the physical form. Then you spiritually, you'll be different. Your perception of the world, of neighbors, of relationship are totally different. In that time, I would say you first learn some skill of spiritual cultivation. The second step, do your best to prove what need to be proved. I'm talking about there's life inside of the form. Not only we talk about general mind, general body. This is life. We also say this life can be outside the form. Then you need a realistic engage spiritual cultivation. At least you have a proof. Then you don't mind. Oh, there's no death. Even there's no death, what's the bother about? All the circumstances become less important. Usually you may make a small trouble as a big deal, but you are not going to continue to view like that. The view of the trouble is much smaller.
Yes, much smaller.
Right.
To simplify our lives is not easy. I think that one approach might be to quieten down and simplify one's inner world of thoughts and emotions and let that percolate outwards rather than trying to impose it from outside in. What do you think about that approach?
I think I would term it as life management. You have an emotional level. You have a practical contact, and also in business level, financial level. Life management, just every day you need to do for yourself. Nobody can do for you. You need to check out every day, do I have emotion towards somebody? And this emotion is accurate reaction, but it means anything. If not, you should forget. Emotion can be love, like, dislike, etc. Anything support your psychology means give you psychological strength. Okay, I enjoy. Anything pull you down, you not continue the thoughts in your mind. You would rather just give it up. Then the other thing, similarly, like I say, your personal financial situation, your personal contact, your business relationship, you always need to apply the simplify principle. Make it simple as you can able to control easily, without you put it like you have a hole on the wall. The outside is water. You stop one hole, the other hole comes. You would rather say, I'm simplifying, there's no hole. The hole always need to check out before it become a hole. That's you general term it as intelligence or smart or wisdom. However, life management is how you can be above the troubles. If you don't manage yourself, manage the emotion, manage the contact, sometimes suddenly appears, then you can handle it. So manage it beforehand.
I see.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're talking about anticipation, being able to anticipate.
I don't accept it. I look for the, this maybe sounds passive. So you live a life, let the people asking you, doing things. What part I need to fulfill? I always dutiful to fulfill. Then other people maybe don't fulfill, give you trouble. Then you check out, should I push it or not push? Sometimes something cannot be pushed so, urgently. To let other things, allow the thing happen by itself.
Yes. Sounds good.
Yeah, it is still we talk about not touch the Leo example, just superficial talking. I wish people understand, can apply some point we make here, can utilize in the Leo life.
All right. You want me to find a question that I can ask specifically about that?
If you anybody now or later you find any question, we will do better. Now we just theoretically talk about it.
All right. Let's
Thank
see if
you.
we can get into the meat of this.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right.